So, sorry about that. My name is Nick Loya. I'm going to be presenting on why I believe we should support high school sports and why I don't believe government funding should play a factor in the cutting of high school sports. Brandon Marshall, in an article written by CNBC, stated, "Football and sports saved my life. Sometimes I got lost, and for me, it was my only way out." How many people in the room have played sports, and for them, it was kind of an escape in their childhood or high school? It was an escape from maybe classroom or even problems at home. Okay, so that's a good majority of us. I can speak for myself. Growing up in a house full of four older brothers, football, and I was a three-sport athlete in high school. Football, wrestling, baseball, they were all an escape from my daily life. It was somewhere I could go out on the field and I would forget about everything else. So I didn't have to worry about stresses going on at home between mom and dad or arguments with my brothers that took place the night before. And I think a lot of people can speak that for themselves. Sports is just a great way for people to be able to escape their daily lives. And I think us as a society, that's kind of what we always look for. We always look for that escape and kind of look for people that are always going to be there for us. One major thing that has played effect in our society today is technology. I think if you talk to a lot of people who were born before the 1990s, or even some people born in that era, would say that our generation doesn't go out as much as they did. They don't go out and they don't play baseball on the old sand lot or go play pickup games of football on the street. It's just one of those things that technology has really been the sole blame of. In Japan, they actually came up with a word categorizing these people. It's hikikomori. It's kind of interesting because they use it as a noun in Japan. So they would say, "Oh, that person's a hikikomori." In English, it translates to social withdrawal, and I think that's the main reason why we look at technology as such a negative thing. We feel like it takes us away from social interactions. It's often used to describe people who withdraw from social life because of the addiction to technology. That can either be social media, video games, people who are just always glued to their laptops or always glued to their phones. It's something that really a lot of people don't understand, but it is a big problem in our society today. There's a study done by the National Alliance on Mental Illness in 2012. It stated that 64% of the dropout students from universities were actually because of technology addiction and mental illness. I think that plays into the social removal of people. You're kind of isolated, and that kind of kicks in depression and anxiety once you start getting into social interactions with people. It kind of takes you out of those situations. Again, sports can help with social interaction. Those are pictures of me and my buddies in high school out on the football field. These are guys that I still talk to on a daily basis, 2,000 miles away from home. They help with opening kids up to making new friendships and friendships that last forever. How many people in here can say that they still talk to a lot of people that they grew up playing sports with? It's a good one, pretty much everyone in the class. Sports creates those relationships, not only with new friends, but it also helps with the family environment. How many people in here had grandparents and aunts and uncles that were so excited to come out to your games on the weekends just because they got to see everybody? It was kind of a family event. I know, especially for me and coming from a big family, that was kind of where everyone got to come and socialize outside of, holidays or parties, birthdays, and stuff like that. It was just something that everyone was excited to go to. Okay, Nicky's having a game this weekend. Let's all go out and watch him, support him. That was just a big thing, and it doesn't only allow you to make those friendships, but it also helps you create the relationships with people that you can trust and confide in outside of your direct family. I know a lot of the guys, like I said, I talk to on a daily basis, and I talk to them about problems that I'm going through out here in college that I'm not going to talk to my brothers or parents about. Whether it's, I'm missing home and stuff, I'm going to talk to them about it before I talk to anyone else. Another big problem is low-income neighborhoods. I believe sports can help these situations. In low-income neighborhoods, parents work more. You see in a lot of the urban areas, parents are holding down 2 jobs, maybe even 3. And this really affects the kids because there's not the parent supervision there at all times. You get out of school and you go home and you don't have a parent there because they're working their second job through the night. I believe youth need more supervision, and sports can help with that. In the education field, we talk about kids that are at-risk students. These are students who need temporary intervention to succeed in, maybe even ordinary daily lives. And again, sports can help with these things just because it gives them structure, it gives them an authoritative figure that they can spend time with outside of school. That is kind of more of a friend than an authoritative figure. I know coaches that I still talk to, maybe once a month back home that help me through stuff, and it's more of a friend relationship now than it is an authoritative, he's my coach type of thing. Again, at-risk students often need intervention to be able to transition to adulthood successfully. This next slide is just statistics on some of the most dangerous cities. Again, talking about those urban areas, Chicago, Detroit, Atlanta, Oakland, California, who's a neighboring city to where I grew up from. So I was affected by a lot of that just because I had friends in those neighborhoods. It affects everybody all around. So I believe sports in these after-school programs should be taken seriously. And if you can help me help our youth, then I believe everyone in the future will be successful.
Okay. Feedback for Nick?
You spoke a little fast sometimes.
A little fast sometimes.
I like how you had like personal statements in it, and then your ending was really good, where you're like, help me, help you.
There's a strong call to action,
Yes.
wasn't there? Yeah. Other things? I thought one of the really great things Nick did is he personalized it, right? He asked us a number of different questions, and he engaged his audience. He used personal pictures. There's a study out there that shows that people hate clip art. They're not, like the